Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Wanted to talk to you about some good habits to develop when you are married so you can stay married. These are just some ones that I do. Please subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. You know, I haven't had a subscriber in a couple of weeks. I don't understand that. I try to give you good information, practical information for when you are married so you can stay that way. A lot of people are not confident that they can get married and stay married. I think you can find somebody somewhere in this world. There's some things you should do, though, to be able to solidify that marriage. And I want to talk about some of my habits today. I've got podcasts on Casting Beyond the Sea. Personal website is lvbts.com. So let's talk about some things. Now, I've been married for 6.5 years to a woman I didn't know very well. I mean, look, we got married in 54 days. I went down there to marry her. First time I met her in person after getting engaged on day 18. We've been married 6.5 years, so something's working. Often it's the little things like appreciating her, being thankful for her, and being reliable and trustworthy and consistent and stable. Now, you don't have to have all the money in the world. You don't have to be the greatest looking guy in the world, but she has to know what she's got, and that's proven over time. So you don't have to know somebody really, really, really well. You just have to treat them well, and then they will respond that way. So quickly here, some of the things I do and that my wife expects me to do is to say I love her before I would get to work. I'm retired right now, but I always told her, I loved you. In fact, I would tell her in bed, but then when I got to a stoplight or something on the way to work, I'd text her, say I love her, text her a break, I love you. What I appreciated about her. One day I didn't do that. I didn't tell her I loved her before I left the bedroom because she was sleeping. I could tell, and I didn't want to wake her up. She texts me and says, "How come you didn't tell me you loved me?" So I had to tell her, "Well, hon, you were sleeping. I didn't want to wake you up, disturb you." But she expected that from me. Now, she didn't say every time, "Oh, I love it how you tell me you love me before you leave the bedroom in the morning." But she was used to it, and she appreciated it, and she wondered why I didn't do that one day. So I think that's a good sign. But before I even put 2 feet on the carpet, get out of my side of the bed, I tell her I love her. Probably 3 or 4 times. Lots of kisses and so on, to let her know that, even especially if we had a little bit of a argument the night before, she's still the one I love and the one I always will love. And so I'm very consistent with that. Always tell her I love her multiple times before I get out of bed, touch her, and come back in if I think she's awake before I actually leave, and tell her I love her again, give her a kiss, tell her I'm praying for her. My wife says you're very regimented, and I have my rituals. Well, I do have rituals. I don't have OCD, but I'm very regimented, organized, and she says, like when we go to bed, she knows exactly how long it'll take me to get to bed, because if I haven't done certain things left, I'll do them in the same way, take the same amount of time, and give me some time. I gotta get ready. So I'm very orderly, I guess that's the way I look at it. So I want to be consistent. So I'm always telling her how I appreciate her, and make sure that when she comes home late at night, since she works second shift, that I've got that rice going for her. If I think the rice has been sitting in the rice cooker for an extra day, and then I know she thinks it doesn't taste good, so I keep an eye on that and make sure I throw it out if I have to. It's not always a good idea with the Filipina, but I also know she doesn't like to eat it if it doesn't taste good. So get her rice made, clean it up. If she calls me and says, "Well, hey, hon, can you make some, eggs?" I'll get that ready for her. Something I've been doing lately is, since some days she gets up before I do, I make sure that I'm awake and I at least kiss her hand, kiss her on the cheek, get her attention, because you never know when the last time you're going to see her. I never want to take my wife for granted, ever, in any way. So, when she leaves in the morning, I want to make sure she has, again, heard that I love her. I mean, I'm usually awake if she gets up first. So I'll tell her, hon, I love you. Come over here. Let me kiss your fingers, kiss your cheek, something like that. Give her a hug. Tell her I love her, and not be so sleepy that I have my eyes closed, and I say, well, yeah, I'm good. I love you. Have a good day at work, No, I want to open my eyes and get a good look at her. One more look in case it's the last time that I get to see her. I mean, the way people drive and stuff, I just feel like you just never know. Nobody's privileged. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So I want to make sure she knows that I love her and I'm very consistent with these things. And, especially if I don't get to see her again. I also know she likes me to be home and eat with her when she gets home. So I've made that change too. So when she gets home, she should know that I've got the rice ready. I'm ready to sit up there and talk to her for her day for 15 or 20 minutes, because I know she feels alone if I don't. She doesn't like to eat alone. You're a Filipina, you eat with family, you eat with friends, you eat with somebody. So I have to be cognizant of that and be up there and consistent. If I know she's got some hot cocoa or coffee or whatever that she left over, because she never likes to waste anything, I get that heated up when I hear the garage door open, so it's ready to go, because she's a busy woman right now with school, and I need to continue to help her. So anyway, those are just some things I like to do. I like to be very consistent and reliable. Those are good habits. You don't have to worry about breaking them. She won't want you to break them. So don't take your Filipina wife for granted. Many of us know Filipinas make incredible wives, and we couldn't be happier. And if, I've always said this, well, how many days a week are you thankful for something? If it's every day, then thank somebody every day. People like to hear it. And I think you will get a good response being consistent with these habits, with your love beyond the sea.